because with us now is number 22 in your Chiefs Kingdom program, Juan Thornhill. Juan, I cannot tell you how awesome it is to have this chance to talk to you. I have missed you, my friend, and what it's just to get back to this point. Matt and I were talking about this during practice, but I remember after the Super Bowl talking to you, and you were so excited, and yet you knew I've got to get back as quick as I can. What about your effort to get back, but yet being prudent and doing it in the right way?
Me just sitting there watching the Super Bowl, it just gave me that a little bit more motivation to get back faster, just like because I just want to get back out there and be able to get to the Super Bowl and actually play in it. So, you know that our end goal is to get to the Super Bowl. But me personally, I just been working like very slowly each and every day just to get back, trying to stay positive throughout this whole process, try to get my leg as strong as possible, but I feel like I'm definitely getting there, and I'm starting to feel like myself a little bit more.
And Juan, I think it's important to recognize that this team isn't in a position to go after a Super Bowl if it wasn't for you and what you did during the regular season. So you were just as much a part of that team as anyone. But I want to ask you, you mentioned your positive attitude. You talked a few days ago about how Tyrann Mathieu was a big part of teaching you that. Here's a guy that's been through ACL tears before, plays your position. How important was it having Tyrann around to show you how to handle this mentally?
Tyrann is just a good leader in general, like on and off the field. Just being able to talk to him just because he's been through two of them. He knows the pain. He knows like how it is mentally. He was a great guy to talk to because like he's been through it twice, and he was telling me like the main thing is just to stay positive, like I said the other day. And I mean, with that, like I just stay positive throughout the whole process, trying to stay on the upside and not get down on myself. Because Julie and Rick, they were always telling me like you're gonna have your good days and your bad days, and I had a lot of bad days. Like I was trying to fight through it and everything, but I definitely feel like I'm moving uphill now.
Well, I'm going to ask you about that.
One thing is to rehab out of an ACL injury in Week 17 for any NFL player, but you do it in the midst of a COVID pandemic. And I wish, hoping to talk to you throughout the whole summertime. But what was it like, and what has it taken for you and the people around you to get you to even this point to be on this field today doing some work?
There were some times where I couldn't even come into the facility, so I had to stay at home, and I had some equipment. I would talk to Julie, and she'll send me a bunch of workouts, and I just had to stay locked in because some guys, if you're at home, you don't tend to do your workouts. So I was like, I'll have like a stair, and I'll do some work on my stairs. Like it was just like you had to be like fully committed to this whole process and have like those in your corner that's going to push you through it as well. Because without Julie and Rick, I definitely wouldn't be where I am today.
So we've talked a lot about your injury. I want to talk about you, the football player. You had just a great season last year. You were a PFF All-Rookie team member, one of the best young defenders in all of the NFL. Now that you're coming into your second season, where do you see your game going? What level do you want to take your game to this year?
Last year wasn't enough for me, just being completely honest. Like I definitely saw myself getting better each and every week, but I want to pick up where I left off and get even better. Like I have some goals set for myself, and a lot of guys say like 3 interceptions in your rookie year is great. I don't think that's enough. Like I always want to better myself as a player and just a human being in general.
I have to ask you this because I think where this defense takes a step forward, Juan, is making explosive plays. You had one of the most explosive plays of the entire season in your pick six late in the season against the Raiders. What about this defense being more explosive this year and creating more plays, either scoring off defense or creating even more opportunities with a short field for the offense?
So with us last year, we was just trying to learn the defense a little bit, and it took us some time to get clicking a little bit. But once we came together, you could see our defense take off, and now we have pretty much everyone returning. Everyone knows the defense, so we're planning on starting fast instead of starting really slow. And with the front that we have this year, I feel like it will make us so much better in the secondary because those guys are getting after the quarterback. The quarterback can't hold the ball long, which will create more turnovers for us, interceptions, pick sixes. So we definitely plan on getting a lot more pick sixes this year.
So, Juan, you're still only in your second year here, but you're around guys in that DB room, guys like Tyrann, guys like Dan Sorensen, real leaders on this team, and you're kind of absorbing that as a young player because you're in a really young DB group here in general. Are you kind of taking on some of those leadership qualities that you've learned from guys like Tyrann and Dan, even early in your career here?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We have some rookies here that's pretty much going through the same thing I went through with the coaches getting on them. They making those rookie mistakes, but I told them that everything's going to get so much better. It's just because, like, you didn't even have OTAs or that rookie minicamp, so it's going to be a little bit harder for you. So I just basically was just talking to him, trying to like walk him through the whole process and tell him just to like calm down and relax. Everything will get so much better.
You're an anthropology major at the University of Virginia, so you studied cultures. Our final question for you, Juan, is this defensive culture and the fact that, you know, fans want to pigeonhole somebody's a safety, somebody's a corner, somebody's a linebacker. But it seems like you're asked to do a lot of things. You personally, but this defense overall. How important is it for Spags and everybody that you can play like a corner or you can play like a safety or Dan can play like a linebacker?
The main thing is, like, some guys, they just label themselves as just a cornerback or just a safety. But when you come into our defensive room, we're DBs. So you pretty much can play anywhere. Wherever coach asks you to play, if he wants you to play a corner, you need to go out there. You have to know what the corner's doing. You have to know what the nickel's doing. So we don't label ourselves as just one specific type of player. We want to be able to do everything on the field. Like, if you look at he's everywhere. Like, you can't even figure out, like, sometimes I forget where he is because, like, he's just, like, literally he's on the line sometimes. He's a linebacker. He's a safety. And, I mean, it's just amazing what type of guy he is and, like, how smart he is and how good of a player he is to be able to do all of those different things.
Well, you have those same attributes, my friend. It's been awesome to see you back out here. And I think I speak for Matt, too. Thanks for working so hard. Even when you weren't here, you had to do it on your own. And let's get ready to run it back, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.